Welcome to another UFC Breakdown, Yaush edition. As always, we got Siggy.
Yo, yo, yo.
JG the Don.
What up, what up?
What up? And me, Nando PTG Part-Time Gamers. It's not that serious. Today we're going to give you a quick breakdown of some predictions for UFC 146. Main card is Dos Santos versus Mir. We're going to go over that fight. We're going to go over the Velasquez and Silva. And then Nelson and Herman. And maybe a few thoughts on the other fights if we have some time. But let's start with the Nelson and Herman. Like I said, I'm a big guy, so for me, Nelson is like my superhero. That's like my motherfucking idol. You know what I'm saying? He's a big motherfucker, and he's in there with the top with all these fucking full-on athletes, and he's going toe to toe with them. I mean, I think he lost to Silva, Bigfoot Silva, and then before that he lost to Dos Santos. He lost to Mir. But everybody else that they put, well, I don't even know who else he's fought. But I'm just saying, he doesn't look like a fat ass in the ring, even though he's a fat ass in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that dude is my motherfucking, that dude, that's my dude right there. Even the only time that I didn't root for him is when he fought against Mir, because I'm a big Mir fan. But any other time, whoever he's fighting against, I'm rooting for Nelson.
Even Crow Cop?
Yeah, son, fuck Crow Cop.
You know the legend, man. He's old, but you can't hate on Crow Cop. I was so mad when Nelson won that. But anyways,
he won that by decision, or he knocked him out?
He beat him. He beat him TKO. He TKO.
Yeah, I know Nelson more as the guy that beat up on Kimbo Slice, right? he was the one that beat his ass in the Ultimate Fighter.
Barely, but yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely grown as an MMA fighter since then. You know what I'm saying? He's even lost some fucking weight.
Yeah.
He needs to get rid of that fucking redneck hair he got. But he's lost some weight.
People love that mullet though. Like that's him. That's his trademark.
Yeah, the redneck hillbilly fat fuck that fights. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That should be his tagline, goddammit. But I don't even know her. I mean, Herman sounds familiar, but off the top, I can't even tell you who he's fought. So I'm gonna have to do some digging while you guys talk about. What do you think? What do you think? What do you see?
Go ahead, Siggy.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say, go ahead, JG.
Oh, okay.
Siggy too pretty for the mic right now.
All right. So, Nelson, when he first came in, I was definitely a hater because of his antics in the Ultimate Fighter, but he has really showed that he can scrap with the big dogs. And besides the Crow Cop fight, because I'm still salty about that, he has been doing damage. Not these past 3 fights, besides the Crow Cop fight. He's been on a little losing streak, but even though I don't know Herman, I know, like you said, Nando, his name sounds familiar, but I don't know who Dave Herman is really. He has a 21-3 streak though, so I don't know. I can't like count him out from that, but I don't really know who he is as a fighter. I'm pretty sure I saw him before, but I think that Roy Nelson may be able to hold his own because he has a lot of weight on him. It's like 20 pounds on him. Yeah, 21 pounds. Yeah, 21 pounds. So if Nelson can hold his own, I think he may take this match. Unless Dave Herman, which once again I don't know anything about, if he just comes through and just does damage to Roy, but I don't see that happening. I will at least think that this will be at least a 2 or 3 round fight. Maybe it may go the distance. You never know.
Yeah, I agree with you, JG. I don't know much about Herman. Looking at who he's fought and some of the guys, there were, not anybody, not big names, not huge names. At least Nelson lost to some big names. So I would think that the experience alone should, at least carry Nelson on top of, including his weight and all that, and his size. I think maybe it's gonna be a close fight. I don't really know about Herman much. The last fight I saw him was whenever was a Shane Carwin fight. He was on that one. I do remember that he was fighting that Inemo, whatever his name was. He fought good on that. That was last year, but I think Nelson's gonna get this. I say to the cards.
Word. I obviously agree that Nelson's gonna take it. I see Nelson knocking him out though. I see him getting I see him getting either a straight up knockout, cold, like you gone, or a nice TKO where you need to get pulled off of him. I don't see this shit going the distance. I think Nelson is hungry from losing to Bigfoot, because I don't think he should have lost to Bigfoot. Not that I don't even remember if it was a decision or not. Was it? Yeah, it was a unanimous decision. The decision he won it. I mean, or Bigfoot won it, and it was right. I would have given it to Bigfoot, but I don't think as a fighter he should have lost. I was expecting more from him, so I think he's gonna come in this bitch hungry, and he's gonna fuck up Herman. So Velasquez versus Silva.
Before we do that, so everybody's saying Nelson then? I guess we all agree unanimously? Alright.
Yeah,
Nelson.
Unanimous, motherfucker. But yeah, fucking Velasquez and Bigfoot. Velasquez was actually supposed to fight Mir, and Dos Santos was supposed to fight, fuck's his name? Overeem. And the whole steroids bullshit, so then Mir got moved up to Dos Santos, and Bigfoot was supposed to fight Nelson, so he already fought Nelson. So I guess Nelson is the one that, Silva's the one that came out of nowhere. And he got lucky after he beat Nelson. But look at that. He beat Nelson, and now he's getting Velasquez. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Mir. I love Mir as a fighter, and he's a douche motherfucker. And I think he's like the only douche I would root for, because he really is a douche. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I like his character, so I root for him. And I'm glad that he's fighting Dos Santos. But I honestly think that they should have given Cain Velasquez the rematch, since he was the one that just lost the belt to Dos Santos. You know what I'm saying?
I would have liked to have seen that. Yeah, definitely.
I think he deserved the rematch. So that's my opinion. But with this Bigfoot motherfucker, I mean, Bigfoot beat what's his face? Fuck, the dude from Strikeforce.
Emilio.
Fado. Yeah, Fado.
You know, he pounded that motherfucker, and then he armbarred him, didn't he?
Doctor Stoppage.
Yeah.
Oh, Doctor Stoppage?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, before, I know he was in the UFC before, and then he lost a couple times, and then he went to Strikeforce, and I was like, eh. And the way he beat Nelson, again, it didn't do it for me either. It wasn't like he pounded him. I mean, he did better round by round, but it's not like he hurt him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nelson is a strong dude.
Yeah, that's true too. But so is Cain. I mean, the only guy to put Cain down is Dos Santos.
Yeah, but that's his only loss so far. So
yeah,
they should have did a straight rematch. I agree with you there, but unfortunately, this is what we have now, and Mir moved up due to his wins.
Especially since he just came off of beating Brock Lesnar the one before. You would think that would be a better fight everybody would want to see. Well, I mean, you said you like Frank Mir, Nando. I mean, who would you rather have seen, though, as far as personal feelings aside? Would you rather see a Dos Santos versus Velasquez?
Personal feelings aside, I would still say Mir, because it's not a rematch. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see a new fight than a rematch, unless the first match was great, like Frankie Edgar and Maynard.
Yeah.
Those were rematches that I wanted to see. But Cain Velasquez and Dos Santos, would I like to see it twice? Eventually. If Cain deserves it, fine. Like right now, I think he deserves it. But would I have rather see him than Mir? No, I would rather see Mir, because it's a new fight, and the last fight wasn't very exciting. You know what I mean?
Me personally, I definitely think Frank Mir, not only did he made out, twice. Not only does he not have to fight Velasquez, which I think Velasquez could have beat Mir, now he gets to fight for a title against Dos Santos. So I think that was I don't know, he got a favor. I don't know, he paid White.
He called in a favor. He called in, what's that shit called?
He called Woody. He got.
It's funny you say that with the Mir versus Velasquez, because even though I think as a Mir fan, I should be more scared of Mir fighting Dos Santos, when I saw that he was going up against Cain Velasquez, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And now thinking about it, I'm the same way versus Dos Santos, but that's for the next match. So.
All right, so let's look. See, now Silva was a tougher. See, I think it was all about matchup. I think Velasquez matched up well against Mir, but Silva would be a closer fight than anybody would expect, because Silva is somebody that, for just some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the name. He just has a lot of confidence and he can put people out. So
he's a big dude. He's a big motherfucker, dude. Bigfoot looking ass. Damn. I see it being a close fight, unless Cain straight up knocks him. You know what I mean? And the thing is, that's the problem with all these big motherfuckers, is everybody has a one punch, say knockout power or chance. You know what I mean? To just get him right in the right spots to knock him out. So unless Kane does that off rip, I think it'll be a nice back and forth.
I think if they go the distance, I think Silva might get this one. So I think
Silva?
Yeah, I think I have to put my money on Silva for this one. I think I'll be the one who goes against everyone else this time.
You gonna lose, son?
We'll see, man, because I'm 2 for 2 in all of my picks. So
yeah. Fuck you very much.
Yes, I'll go with Silva. I just have a slight inkling that this one will go the distance. I just don't see any one of them just having that one hit KO. But you never know. If that happens, I'll be happy as hell. But I just have a feeling this one will go the distance. I think Silva will take this one.
See, Velasquez, though, he hasn't fought that long, but he's always trying to knock people out. And most of his fights have been knockouts. That's the reason why I think if Silva gets tired, then that's when he's in trouble. So it will probably go round-wise. But all right, so we kind of touched up on the main. So we all going Kane except for JG, right?
Yeah. One against the grain.
The main motherfucking fight, like I said, I'm a big-ass Mir fan for a while. Especially when that Brock Lesnar shit happened. I can't stand Brock Lesnar. I really can't. So, big fan. And Dos Santos is a scary motherfucker, dude, because he just knocks people out.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember right now since Mir came back, besides fighting Brock, he hasn't lost to anybody but Brock. Oh no, bullshit. He lost to fucking
he lost to Carwin.
But
that was in 111. After that, no, he's won his last 3 fights.
He's won his last 3 fights, you know?
Are you talking about Mir?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm obviously rooting for Mir, and I would like him to win. But and I'm gonna say he's gonna win just because I'm a fan. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think Mir is gonna try to box him out. He's gonna see that Dos Santos is a better boxer, and then he should take him to the fucking ground. You know what I'm saying? Even though supposedly Dos Santos has a crazy underrated ground game, but I've never seen him good. I've never seen him touch the ground. You know what I'm saying? Besides with his feet. So I don't know. I don't. This is going to be one of those fights that I'm at the edge of my seat from start to finish. Hopefully it doesn't last just 30 seconds. So
this should be a real good fight. Obviously Overeem, if I was going to go based on who he was supposed to fight Dos Santos, if they, if the Dana White and all them planned on having that being a real good fight between Dos Santos and Overeem, I would think that means Dos Santos has a little bit more than Frank Mir, but Frank Mir has fought a lot of people, a lot of names, and I've never been a Frank Mir fan. I know you have been, but
hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You have your opinion, even though it's wrong. Nah, dude, nah.
But I really don't. Dos Santos. He's been fighting. He's been fighting real well. Obviously, he's only lost once in the last 10 fights or something. He's fought a long time without losing. So you would think maybe it's time to lose. He's been pretty much on top of his game. At least his streak. For a while, and usually on UFC those don't last that long. So I could see him losing, but he did fight Shane Carwin real good and beat him. That was a long fight. I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna go with Dos Santos.
Yeah, I'm sitting up here looking at it, and I'm looking one way and then I'm looking the other. But Frank Mir has been very impressive, especially that last match. I cringed at that submission that he had. I was like, oh my god, Frank Mir, he's just one of those beasts as far as the submission game. And like I said, I cringe every time he puts someone in a submission because he's one of those types of people, and he admitted it. He's looking to break your leg. He's looking to break your arm, whatever he gets a hold of. And it's ridiculous. I've actually gained respect for Frank Mir, so I'm actually leaning towards Mir taking this fight. And I'm leaning towards him. I actually think he will win by submission. I think he might take Dos Santos to the ground. I think he'll come up with some crazy submission because, like I said, the last match we were like, who's gonna get who in the submission, and then we turn around and Frank Mir just flipped him around and bam, that's it.
Yeah, you know what? That is true. Frank Mir's ground game is definitely
that Kimura was ridiculous.
Best,
yeah.
For a heavyweight dude, that dude could move on the ground. You know.
Yeah.
My thing is though. I mean, again, we've never seen Dos Santos get taken to the ground. But we have seen his takedown defense a few times, I think. You know what I mean? And from what I remember hearing, I think I was listening to Joe Rogan or some shit, and his defense was really good. So now, my thing is, can Mir take him down? That's the breakdown for this event. Hopefully we'll do something better and better for the next event. Leave your comments and your predictions and your comments, opinions, breakdowns, predictions. And if you get them right, you win nothing. Thanks. Peace.
Laters.